So this is my segment called Vania's Dramatic Reading. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. But we're going to reenact a scene for you guys. We make our way through the sea of hats. And while I want to drop my hand from Miles' elbow, I actually kind of need him for balance. She's gonna topple me over. Hold on.
This isn't awkward at all.
My heels keep sinking into the grass, and I have horrifying visions of me on the front page of the paper, sprawled on the grass. I can't do that. Hold on. Skirt up over my head. You don't want to see that. Holding on to not hot Mr. Darcy isn't as bad as that.
So,
Miles says. Do you want to go that? Yeah, you could do.
So,
Miles says as we make our way past a grouping of high tables littered with crystal champagne flutes. This is, I don't know how to say that.
Henri.
Henri. This is what you say.
That's Gaelic for the race, which is not this is the wrongest accent, which is not exactly the most original of names, but.
I stop. Look up at him from underneath the tentacles. Oh, those.
I was about to say, what?
Hat. A fancy hat. Fancy hat.
Is she a xenomorph? I need to know.
I was like, tentacles? Where are we? Dude. He glances down at me and pulls his arm back.
What?
Some kind of trumpety fanfare is starting up in the distance, and I glance towards the royal box to see my sister and Alex waving as the crowd claps politely. At the high tables, I see a few women smirking behind gloved hands and the eyes darting up at Ellie, and I frown.
I don't need to know about the race.
That was me. I don't need to tell. I don't need to know about the race. I tell Miles now.
We rehearsed this a lot.
It's fascinating and historically thrilling, but that kind of information is not exactly useful. However, I nod at the women who are now moving away from the table, taking some satisfaction in the way they wobble on their heels like I have been doing all day. In the damn grass, too. Knowing why people are smirking at my sister, that will be helpful. Miles sighs, and to my surprise, reaches up to loosen his tie.
Let's get something to drink,
he says. He leads me to a yellow and white striped tent, and with a wait here, ducks inside, leaving me to stand awkwardly beside the entrance. I should have brought my phone so that I could at least pretend to text someone, but instead I'm stuck with a fake smile on my face, trying not to notice that people are looking at me. Hi. One woman in particular is really looking at me, glaring almost. She's older, probably in her 50s, but she's definitely been nipped and tucked here and there, her face seeming just a little tighter than faces should. She's thin. She's thin and reedy, dressed all in black, except for a massive burst of yellow feathers on her head. And to my shock, she comes to stand right in front of me. That would be, That is scary. And you say,
So,
she says, her mouth curling around the word. Just like that. You're the latest American invader. How unfortunate. I thought Miles was snobby, but this woman is next level. She looks at me like I'm something unpleasant. She just stepped in, and I know that I should let it go. That I should smile politely and murmur something bland. But I'm not Liam Winters' daughter for nothing. Yup, I say brightly, here to throw your tea in the harbor. And marry up all your princess. Her lips purse even tighter, and I think she's narrowing her eyes at me if her face could actually move from the nose up. Charming, she says. in a way that lets me know that she finds me anything but. And here I thought your sister was the worst embarrassment to happen to the Baird family in quite some time. My temper flares higher. I can admit that I'm not cut out for this thing, but Ellie has been nothing but perfect as far as I can tell, and I'm not letting this slide. Your hat is lovely, I tell the woman, giving her my sweetest smile. I'm sure Big Bird's sacrifice was worth it.
Woo-woo!
Don't you want to read it?